All right, welcome everybody. We're live on Vapin Truckers channel.
How you doing? How's everybody on the panel tonight?
Good. We are live.
I am good. Is the picture showing? Because on my end, it's not, unless I need to refresh it.
You need to refresh. I'm looking at it on my.
Oh, you're right. Okay, it is. My bad. My bad.
It's okay, everybody. It's Tammy's first time.
It is not my first time.
Man. Who we got in chat? Let's see. We got Simon out there. Fidago Vapes. Sasso, I've seen you here before. Welcome. Liana and Tam, of course, she's in chat. Adrian Daniels, first one in chat, was quite proud of that. How you doing, Max? Fidago, Odin. Hey, glad everybody's here. We're having another little kind of chit chat. See what we get into today. We got the usual suspects. We got the usual suspects, and Mark up here. He's been mixing. You said for about 10 months.
11 months. I started in end of November, so
Right.
about 11.
Okay, so 11 months. I'm sure some question for us. Tammy's been mixing for a little longer than that.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Silly question time. How do I see chat?
Open YouTube. Oh, you know what? I can just send you a link. Well,
Perfect.
Just make sure when you open the show on YouTube that you press the mute button. Otherwise, we're going to get feedback and double
if I
talk.
just send in the link chat, it won't work. You know, I just celebrate. Well, actually, I've been mixing. Hold on, 3.5 years? No. 3 years and a few months. But I just celebrated my 3-year anniversary this week on ELR Forum. So that meant that was the first time that I actually spoke on or got the nerve to go on ELR Forums. Was 3 years ago.
Cool. Send me the links through Facebook, Tammy.
Through Facebook. Okay, hold on. Let me do it that way then.
So if everyone is confused and wondering what's going on, I changed my account name. People were telling me it's too long going down the rabbit hole, typing it out and everything. So
I was wondering why you changed it.
Yeah. Well, basically, for one reason alone, that's what everybody likes to call me. And the thing is that's exactly the way that Adam Kolarczyk likes to spell it for me. So whenever I see him in chat, he always says that. So that's why I put it as Stevo like that, because I like the way that it looked and everything. So I have the other account that we use for the show Down the Rabbit Hole, and I didn't want to have the two confused, so I just I just put that as what everybody always refers to me as Stevo. So I just changed the account that I normally use on the tubes.
Okay. I said that Steve was the only one that had good audio. Was everybody else having that same experience?
I'm good.
Audio.
No, we're talking about folks out in chat, Mark. He's checking with everyone out in chat to see if they've got
okay.
audio.
I can hear it well.
DTF's in the house. What's up, Frank?
Yeah, so I wasn't going on any shows today, and then I decided I would go on his show tonight. So then I got dressed and I'm ready. So I'm like, oh, I'll just pop on here. So here I am.
All right.
Oh, Max said that everybody's sounds like it's coming through a dumpster. But that's where I mix.
A dumpster?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, well, I have a little kiddie pool over here I mix in. Oh.
I haven't changed anything from last week, so everything's remained the same as far as the audio.
Last week the sound was a bit bodgy.
Yeah. Max was asking if we were using OBS, and we are.
Yep. Yeah, but none of the audio settings have been changed since last week anyway. Everything's remained the same.
All right. Well, we can sit here and figure this out, or we can get on with it. So, what have you been up to this week, Stalker? That baby?
Oh yeah, a little bit. Also I mixed up a couple of mixes. I played with yours a bit more. But yeah, that's about it. Not a lot really.
Yeah, I haven't done this much this week either. How about you, Tammy?
What have I been doing this week?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, hold on. I've been cutting vinyl. So if we didn't already have vinyl and vapor, I am vinyl and mixer. How about that? So today I finished my new cutting board. And I put a slogan on it: create, mix, and inspire. And then I'll put my name on the bottom. Let me get it in the camera. Create, mix, and inspire, and Tam on the bottom.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so I made it with my vinyl cutter. And then it has the 510 connection in the middle. And I put some sealer on it so it should keep it and protect the paint. Because on the back, it's just regular paint. So I have to have a board to build on so I can put my bat on to hold it down to keep it in place. So I needed a new one. My old one was looking pretty raggedy. Well, I didn't need a new one, but I wanted a new one. So I made one.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I did do a couple of mixes, but I got to test them.
Well, welcome
How
to
about
Addie
you, Steve?
Tooney. And Tooney's
Absolutely.
saying if you record, it looks like he recorded an album there.
It does, doesn't it? So yeah, vinyl. It's made with vinyl, so yeah, I guess. Goose girls out there.
What you got around to this week, Steve?
Oh, not a whole lot. I've had a lot of things already that I've been mixing up. So I've got quite a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got about 15 things that I mixed up. Different recipes, different things going on here, experimentation, whatnot. One of them is one of a recipe that Chrono made that I was interested in. So I'll see how that Chrono vapes. So yeah, I'll see how that pans out and everything, while that steeps out and everything. So yeah, a little bit busy in doing up a bunch of experimental things, and then testing out some stuff from other mixers.
Gotcha. We got Goose Girl jumping in chat. Addie's dropping a bunch of links. Thank you,
Yeah.
Addie.
Thanks,
All
Eddie.
right, so Mark, what do you got going on, buddy?
Someone asked me to create a blueberry grape recipe. So I pulled out blueberries and grapes, which is insane. And I've written 11 recipes trying to get something good. And I've always had trouble with blueberries because they're never strong enough. So with one of them, I added a little bit, tiny touch of black currant to see if that would help it. And to another one, I added a little bit of forest fruit. Again, a tiny little bit to try and boost the blueberry.
Have you tried any lemons to boost your blueberries?
No,
Tiny
not
bit,
yet.
a little bit of lemon.
Any particular? You'll say FE probably.
Take your pick.
What blueberries do you have? Just out of curiosity. Ooh,
Okay.
I like where Addie Tooney's thinking VTA black currant.
I didn't
And
do
yes, Fidalgo medicine
Oh, maybe it
flower.
was black currant.
I don't think he has that in Australia.
I got blueberry extra TFA, blueberry wild TFA, blueberry candy TFA, blueberry flavor west, blueberry raspberry capella, blueberry cotton candy flavor west, blueberry cap. Oh, got two of those. And blueberry jam, wonder flavors. And I thought I had the Flavora one, but I don't.
And with you didn't see the Flavor West blueberry, did you?
Yes, I got that. I bought that because that's in a lot of blueberry recipes. So
It is.
So I bought 30 ml of that one.
And what kind of percentage are you using the Flavor West at?
About 2.5.
Okay. You probably need to go a little harder on that one, and back it up with another blueberry and put some lemon in it.
Yeah, I've always backed. Yeah,
But
I'm not very good at one flavor. Like the Stevo did that Jack, whatever that was.
yeah,
That was just 2 flavors basically.
correct.
I usually do layering. I'll do 2 blueberries, 2 grapes as a minimum.
Right.
So I always do that.
Well, if you're layering 2 grapes against 2 blueberries, that's probably why you're not getting much of the blueberry. Just layer the blueberries and then choose a single grape flavoring and try that.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have the TFA grape juice?
No. Oh, wait a minute. We're talking grapes now. I've got the Mullenberry Queen, Grape Concord,
like
which
that
is
one.
Flavor Art. Wild Grape. Is that wild? White Grape, VTA. Inawera Grape. Flavora. Inawara. I've got 2 of those. That's not either. VTA grape, grape juice VTA, grape juice TPA, white grape FA, and grape soda Peruvian.
Yeah. So you have the TPA grape juice.
Yes. That's
And
in a
you've
lot
got
of
vape
recipes, that
train.
one.
Yeah, and you've got Vape Train grape juice too, which I like.
I've actually put them both together in one recipe.
Yeah, the problem is it's in right. Most of your blueberries are going to be pretty weak.
Yes, I know that's a problem.
So
I've used blueberry jam in a couple of them with another blueberry.
Uh-huh.
And
Tammy, do you have the blueberry jam?
Which one?
Wonder flavor.
Yes.
Wonder flavors. How is it strength-wise? Because I don't have it.
Not
It's
very
weak.
strong. Yeah.
It's okay. You need to back it up.
Yeah.
What would
You
you
know that
back
little
it up
song. You
with,
gotta
Tammy?
back it up.
I backed it up with Flavor West.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Because you got the jammy.
Yep.
I like Flavor West blueberry with a little bit of VTA's blueberry jam. That's pretty good.
Oh, I don't know if I have that blueberry jam. Maybe I do.
Yeah, Vape Train blueberry jam is.
Okay, I'll check.
Let me get it and see real quick.
Mark, are you in a position to mix something now if we come up with something for you to try?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blueberry jam.
Yep. Vape Train's blueberry jam. That's a nice blueberry.
I don't have that one.
I need to get
Surprisingly.
VSO, but every time I go to chefs to get the VSO blueberry, it's always sold out. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, the only jam from Vape Train that I have is the raspberry jam, and if it's any indication as to how the others are,
Well, I've got the other two. There's raspberry and I think there's a strawberry one.
There you go, Tam. Fidalgo send you a good image in words there in chat.
Oh, I saw it. That's why I was chuckling.
Yeah. I've got the raspberry and the strawberry VTA, but I don't have the blueberry. When I bought blueberry, it was always very, very light in flavour. So I thought, nah. So I didn't buy a lot of blueberry until I discovered Flavor West was just about in every recipe. So I bought that.
yeah, it is.
On top of the others.
I don't have the VSO blueberry, but everybody swears by it. That
It's really good.
Which you can get from.
I'll be right back.
All right, hurry back because I need you.
The only place I've bought is Australian Chefs. So if BSA is not in either of those, I've never seen it.
Then you can't get Hankson either, can you?
I can get some of them, but not many of them. And I think blueberry is one of the ones I can get in Australia.
I think
blueberry you can get in Australia.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I was going to say the Hankson blueberry for me, when you push it up a little higher, it always gets a grape feeling to it. So
good.
that may be a good one to put with this, and then just put a little grape in it.
Oh, okay. That's from the steamery, isn't it, Stalker?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Good.
The other one that sells Hankson flavoring is Vape King out of Sydney as well.
Okay, I haven't bought from them.
Sorry, guys.
All right, so trying to use has Tammy. He's just looking for a blueberry and grape.
Blueberry and grape.
Yeah,
Just like black and blue, basically. That's what they used to call it in the. When I used to go get. No, that was blackberry and blueberry. No, that was the combo.
Well, I was thinking of putting blackberry with it, but blackberry is very, very strong. So I have to use, 0.15 or something ridiculous. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I think it's the FA one. I'll have to check again. I got a couple of those too.
So, Tammy, if we were going to use the Wonder Flavors blueberry jam and back it up with Flavor West blueberry, and then we're going to put some grape in it, what would you run those percentages at? Because I don't have the berry jam from Wonder Flavors.
Let me just double check, but I'm thinking 2.5. Let me double check that. It might be 3, but let me just double check. Because off the top of my head.
Okay, I got 4 blackberries. FA, Juice Factory, 2PA, and VTA.
I don't know Juice Factory.
No.
Well,
So John just shot a deer with a bow, if anybody's wondering.
Oh,
So I'm thinking, no, maybe it is stronger than I think. Hold on.
Are you sure he shot a deer? I was watching a movie last night. They went out deer shooting and they got a sheep instead.
He said it had them horns on it. See, this is interesting, and there's let me look at this really quick. I trust Silhouette. Let me look at her recipe. They haven't really. She used it at 2%. What did I say?
thought you said 2 point something.
Yeah. Okay. So 2% maybe.
yeah, 2.5 on VTA's blueberry jam, but I think you said you didn't have that one.
Yeah, he's using Wonder
And
Flavor.
Silhouette, I trust her a lot. And let me see. Here's Fresh. Fresh used it, but Fresh used it at 1.5, but it wasn't. So see, here we go. Here's where we need to decide. See, I don't see a lot of people backing it up a lot. So maybe it is stronger than what I remembered. Like Fresh made it with jammy toonie. He made it, but he was mixing it with glazed strawberries, kiwi. So he didn't add another blueberry to it. So it may be, he only used it at 1.5. So maybe if you use it at 2, you won't need it. Let's try it just by itself at 2. And then,
sorry, someone suggested Flavora boysenberry with it, but I don't have that. I've got the vape train.
see, I kind of was going there, but then when I'm thinking grape, I'm thinking, I don't know about that. Okay.
I gotta go get it.
You think 2% of that will be fine by itself, Tim?
Yeah, let's do 2.
I tell them we got fresh meat.
Okay.
What did you suggest? Because my brain wasn't with us.
2% of the Wonder Flavors blueberry jam. And then what grapes do you have? You said that you have the grape juice, right?
Ella makes a blueberry jam too. I see people use a lot as well.
I've got grape juice VTA. I've got grape VTA. White grape. White grape VTA. The other one was FA.
You okay, Trucker?
Grape juice
Yeah,
TPA.
I'm
That's
thinking.
probably the one I'm talking
Yeah. Doggo, oh my gosh. Quit being mean before he takes that ring back. Oh gosh. You have no clue. Oh my gosh. I could be mean as crap, and right now he wouldn't even know it. He's on cloud freaking 9. So okay, we got blueberry jam 2%, and we're looking at grapes. Let's try.
Yeah.
Did we decide on one before I?
We have not picked one yet. I was thinking grape juice TFA. 'Cause it's sweet, but I like white grape too.
Yeah, Graham's saying vape train's grape juice is weird.
Yeah, I read something to that effect as well. It said if it's weird above a certain percent, so use it very low.
So yeah, Michael Morris is suggesting TFA Blackberry if you've got that one down low.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. He named it a while ago.
I do have it.
So I'm gonna mix it with you because I think I have all these too.
What's a good percentage on that grape juice, do you think, Steve? Just with
Pretty strong, I reckon.
2% of that 2% of the blueberry jam.
The blueberry, well, that grape juice can be strong. You probably try it maybe 2.5%, see how it goes.
That's what I was thinking, 3. So we'll go 2.5 on that.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2.5. Yeah.
And then 1/4% TFA blackberry.
Yep. I've only got Capella's blackberry. I've only got one blackberry flavoring. My blackberry game is not strong.
Okay, I found it. TFA Blackberry.
Okay. Okay, blackberry. Which one? Which blackberry?
TFA at 1/4%.
Okay, I'm just putting it in. Cool beans.
Jeez, Graham, you go 2% on that blackberry, man. That stuff gets floral if you push it.
Dunny spray.
Yeah, I found that blackberry goes floral.
Hey, Max, what about Decadent Vapors? Did you pick up any of that?
I've only got licorice and.
Oh, see, he has some. Yeah. It's actually a joke to Max because he thinks I've got weird flavors nobody's heard of. But see, everybody's heard of these flavors.
Okay, I've got blueberry jam, 2%, blackberry TPA, 0.25, and grape juice TPA.
Yep.
What percentage, Mike?
2.5.
Okay, that's about what I've been doing, so it's good.
Oh, damn. Wait, TFA blueberry?
Now,
Am I supposed to have that?
oh.
Where does this? Maybe it's here.
So that's it, three ingredient recipe.
For something like that.
I'll need another blueberry, I think,
As sweetener.
because that jam's not very strong.
Say that again, Mark.
I think I'll need another blueberry because that blueberry jam's not very strong. But you're doing the recipe, and I'm just.
Welcome,
No,
Aaron.
it's your
We
recipe.
got Aaron join the chat. The Vapin Wizard.
How you all do this on one screen is a little bit beyond me, but anyway.
I don't see blueberry juice. Where am I supposed to have that at? Is that what we're doing? No, grape juice. What the fuck?
I've never heard of blueberry juice. I want some.
Either, now that I'm going at it. See, now I've got distracted. I don't even know what I'm doing. Here it is. Blueberry juice that says
Leona,
grapefruit.
do not watch, but you can listen. Driving home, listening.
So you want to add some Flavor West blueberry? Let's add it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It won't hurt nothing. I'm pretty sure we were going to end up adding it anyway.
Abort. What?
2%.
Yeah, let's do
half.
Go.
I would go. I always go low and then work up.
2%. Okay.
Because you can always add, you can't take away.
Okay. I'm going to make 10 mils because.
Oh, damn. Now I gotta find that one. Am I looking for grapefruit now? What?
No. Not pineapple either. You're looking for grape juice, TPA.
No, I already found that.
Oh.
I need the blueberry.
Yeah, I don't have too many blueberries. I just got Flavor West Mullenberry, TPA Blueberry Extra, Blueberry Jam, and Flavora's Blueberry Muffin. Those are the ones I've got.
Oh, okay.
I got Mullenberry's Blue Rock Candy, but I'm not exactly sure what that is supposed to. What the blue is the reference to.
It's blue. Okay. Blackberry, 0.03. I'm going to guess that's 2 drops. Actually, that's a big bottle. I'm going to put 1 drop.
I bet this one's out. I bet this is one of the ones I gotta pick.
1.5 drops. Huh.
Oh, this is a fun
Blueberry
show.
FW. Oh.
So while they're mixing this, anybody in chat got any questions? You mix anything interesting this week, Steve? You didn't mix anything new, right? Just testing some stuff out?
Yeah, no, nothing new that I'm aware of. Just a bunch of just testing different things out.
Gotcha.
Let's see here.
Somewhere in the show last week, we asked for a profile, and somebody said something nutty, which I wasn't able to mix on the show, but I did mix it after the show. I'll throw that up here real quick because it turned out pretty decent.
Yeah, some of the things I've been playing with is like a chocolate strawberry milk, chocolate peanut butter cups like Reese's kind of thing, butter rum custard, a oatmeal raisin cookie, cherry pie. So I've been playing around with a few of that stuff. Those ideas.
Gotcha.
So got a few things in the works going around, and I just have to see how stuff pans out, what happens with it.
This is what I come up with last week after the show.
2.42.
2% one-on-one butter pecan, 2% toasted almond from TPA, 4% liquid barn ice cream, or vanilla ice cream, and then 0.5% of Kanako soy. Now, for me, anybody that don't know, if you add the Kanako soy to a nut. It just enhances that nut flavor. But I did make this public earlier, so you should be able to go look at it. But yeah, that is creamy. It's creamy, it's buttery, and it's nutty. It's really good. The second batch of it I missed. I tried to add vape train English coffee to it, but it overtook it really, really easily. So I don't know that I would add anything to it. You ain't getting that? Breadless banana nut bread.
So what? You got the nut and the
That
banana?
not be banana pudding?
Kind of. He said 2% mulberry banana nut and 1% soft banana.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
A little bit of sweetener, that'll work.
Hey, Mark, and I know you said that you primarily just mix your own stuff.
Yeah, I've only mixed my own. I've made one other juice. Oh, sorry, two. I started off making lemon meringue pie, which is probably a real hard one because I was putting like 10, 11 things together. So I made, I think it's lemon pie deluxe. I liked that. And then I started making my own. And then the only other thing I made was Stevo's Jack, whatever that is. Jacko grape or whatever. That's interesting. I made it because it's two flavours, because everything I make is like 7, 8, 9, 10 flavours. But it was just two flavours. And I thought, damn, I'm going to have to stop making 9 flavour recipes.
Yeah, the problem is, right, the more concentrates that you use, the harder it is to balance.
This is one of the first things that I made. It's a tropical thing. And someone at the very beginning said, what's easy to make is a lemon lime thing, lemon lime ice cream. And no matter what I did, I didn't like it. So then I added pineapple to it. And then I added passion fruit to it. And then I added jackfruit to it. And every time I added something different, it just changed it a tiny little bit. And then I thought, well, I started off with a lime. I'm going to chuck a little bit of lime in it to see how that goes. And it just hit perfect. And I love this stuff. And that's got like 9 things in it. But I started this from the very, very beginning, basically with a pineapple and lime and lemon, and worked up. So, and I stuck in there's maybe 4 drops of Tanga mandarin in this, which rounded it out. It's not much.
Yeah,
that's 120 mils. Yeah, that's the FA. That's 120 mils, but those 4 drops made a difference. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so there's a correction on that. The Tanger is the Mandarin orange by FA.
Okay, there you go. That's the one, though. Yep. That's good stuff. And you don't need very much just to change it a tiny little bit.
Yeah, Flavora's is also really nice tangerine to have.
Okay, you're going to have to mix it on your own because I cannot find Flavor West Blueberry. And I know I have it. And it's in my my collection of things to be put away.
Mate,
Yeah.
done.
That's okay.
And it's got blueberry. I can taste the blueberry. In 5 days, I'll know how good. But the blueberry's up front, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that
So how-
combination of the Wonder Flavour jam and the Flavour West, I've got that in a couple of the other recipes. It's just that the grapes I've varied a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good.
So anybody out there who mixes much, don't be like me. When you mix, put your flavors back when you're finished. Don't leave them out to put back later, because then you're in a world of mess. Then when you want to go mix again, you can't find your flavor.
I agree. I don't tend to put them away, and there are two things that I just cannot find. I have no idea where they are. None. And for one of them, I searched through my entire life twice yesterday and still couldn't find it. So, just frustrating.
To answer Sugar Plum's question out there in chat, I don't think being able to get liquid nicotine will necessarily go away. I can see them limiting the strength that we can get. Like we may only be able to buy milligram nicotine, maybe in a limited quantity. I mean, if you wanted to buy some and stock it up, put it in your freezer, or in your refrigerator, wherever, it wouldn't hurt anything, right? At least then you would have what you needed. But yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere yet.
Yeah, they just keep dropping flavor bans.
Right.
I think it'll definitely be, eventually it will be regulated, like where you'll be only be able to, you won't be able to get 100 mil nicotine anymore. Eventually, I don't think.
Yeah. It'd be like 48 or 24.
Right, something like that. That's what I see happening, which I personally, for the safety of the world and idiots, not that anybody out there is idiots, there are some out there, to protect those and to protect children that might get their hands on it. It needs to be that way. It needs to be regulated.
Yeah.
I can see that. All right. So, what do you feel like making this week, Tammy?
Well, they got a skull and crossbones on the nicotine, so isn't that a big hint to not be an idiot?
No, there's unfortunately a lot of folks that have no common sense out there.
Yeah, I've been told it's not that common.
Yeah, you would think that's a big hint. Are you asking me what I'm gonna mix?
Yeah, if you're gonna mix something, or because I asked the chat what we ought to mix, and I didn't see anybody saying.
Okay. I have two recipes. Well, one's been sitting in my ELR since November of 2018. I never mixed. It was a concept, and then I have one that's been sitting in ELR since April of this year of 2019. And I was like, I'm gonna wait till it gets closer to the holidays and mix it and see how it works. But I want to make, it's called My Mom's Candied Yams. Candy roll.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna attempt to make my mom's. She makes them at the holidays. They're like sweet potatoes, and they have marshmallows. It's not a sweet potato pie. It's like those round sweet potato, but they call them yams, but they're really sweet potatoes. But
I'm well aware of what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're very sweet and almost candied.
Yeah,
but it's not candy. It's a dessert. But it has marshmallows, whipped cream. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, sweet potatoes, marshmallows, or sweet potatoes, brown sugar, and vanilla, and then on top of it, you melt marshmallows.
Yeah.
Let them bake.
Yeah.
A big hello to Ronnie in the chat.
All right.
Mr. Favorfire.
You had questions about creams too, right?
I did. I've looked. I haven't found yet. Still looking. I've got lots and lots of creams. Early on, people say, "Oh, you must have this one. You must have this one. You must have this one." And idiot me went and bought them all. And I don't know when to use specific types of creams. You know, I know Devon cream via VGA, it's got chocolate in it, that makes sense. Then I've got the Devon cream from Chefs, and I've got a ridiculous number of creams, right? I don't know when to use them all. You know, Vienna cream, when do I use that one? I should pull up what I've got.
Right. Okay. So, Simon is still in the chat. Ronnie may know, or Graham may know. Do you know of any lists of creams like that gives a good time to use them? Certain things that certain creams are good to use for, because I don't know of one that exists. I'm
not telling you how many creams I've got at some scene. But
yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
I've got a bunch too. It does all come down to what you're trying to do. And like there are places where Flavora cream works that Bavarian cream wouldn't work, and vice versa.
Bavarian cream, I've used that in lemon meringue pie because it's got a lemon note to it. So that one I understand. And it's quite good. There's buttercream, cafe cream, Catlin cream, Devon cream. Unfortunately, the list goes on and on and on.
You could use Vienna cream in 2016. There you go.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh, they're so like meringue. You know what meringue is. I mean, that's not really what you're asking about.
No.
Have you tasted any of these creams?
Okay, single flavour testing. I did a single flavour testing of all the mangoes I have, and I have more than a dozen of those. What they taste like by themselves has got nothing to do with what they taste like in a mix.
Well, but like especially with the creams, okay, there are going to be creams that have a sour note to them. There are going to be cream like a fresh cream, a cream that is more like a half and half.
Yeah.
And now, I'm not going to suggest that you single flavor test every cream. That would get really boring, especially with creams. But if you picked a fruit that you know very well, a strawberry, a blueberry, whatever, one that you like, that you know what percentage that you like it with, then just start adding a cream to it one at a time.
That's a good idea.
And then go to the next cream. And that's going to tell you, like, okay, this right here definitely doesn't go with a fruit.
Yeah.
But it is this kind of a cream.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I always look at what recipe profile I'm going for and then think about what cream I want to use.
Yeah.
Rather than...
Go ahead.
In that licorice thing, I've actually put Vienna cream. I tried 2 other creams and they just weren't enough, or didn't change it that much because I wanted to fill it out a bit. And I put Vienna cream in it and that just seemed to work. So I thought I'll stick with that one.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's the steeper. You know, you have to steep it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I let it steep.
Yeah. You're the king of steeping. You love to steep.
Yeah, it's true.
I remember when we first started chatting, you were like, "Oh, I've had this steeping for 2 months," and I'm like, "Wow."
Ronnie had a chat too. You are in the Mixers Helping Mixers group, right? Mark?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. If you wanted to make a list of the creams that you have, or say did 2 posts with half of the creams in each one, if you've got as many as I do, and just ask people in the group what they use these creams with.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Right, and then people can. That may be an easier way to get some feedback right now, especially on ones that other people use.
Okay. Okay. I can do that. That'd be excellent.
Do you know who used to have an excellent video on creams? And his videos are not up anymore. And was the guy he started ASMR, Sleep Mix Repeat, Chef John. Did you know of him? You remember him?
No.
He used to do a lot of videos on reviewing other mixers. He wasn't really well liked by a lot of mixers because he was
honest.
Huh?
Because
brutally he was honest.
Yeah, he was brutally honest. So then, but he was a real chef, so he was really like knowledgeable on things. So one time he did a whole series on creams and custards, and it was really, really informative. It wasn't like fancy and like, full of like lights and what am I trying to say? Production value. But he explained things so good in that video. I remember it. Like he would tell like Bavarian cream, like this one's like when you would go if you wanted to go buy something at, and I couldn't tell you which ones were which now. But like this brand is one if you were going to go buy one with something at Walmart or at the grocery store. Like this is the kind that you would want to use. But if you want to get something that's like really nice, you want to use this one. I mean, he did a really great job explaining things. Like with Flavor West.
He was a teacher. Yep.
Capellas versus TFAs.
Yep.
I wish it was still there, but he kind
of. Stevo's
doing show and tell there.
Cookie and.
Graham, never heard of him. Yeah. I knew that would get some traction there.
Now, do you ever watch Noted, Mark?
No.
I have seen one video on creams.
There you go. That's what you need to go watch.
I know they've done some creams, and
I'll have to go back and look at it again.
I haven't watched them yet, but Daytime Frank, the last 2 weeks, they did creams and custards.
Oh, okay.
Anything come in those videos, Tam, that
I don't know about last week. Maybe the week before.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw the last one. When I first started out, I had a problem with custards. I bought cat vanilla custard V1, and I got this disgusting chemical note from it. And I get the same chemical note from Custard Premium FA and Liquid Barn Ice Cream, I think it is, whatever that is.
You are a DAP sensitive person. I think that's what it is.
It's not DAP though, because I've got other flavors that are DAP, and I get no problems from them. I don't get that taste. So I think it's from a vanilla. That's all I've got it down to at the moment.
So maybe it is vanilla. Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So what I was playing around with was kind of like since you guys are having like fall in the U.S. and everything, about to go into winter, I did a cookie with eggnog and pumpkin spice.
Eggnog don't have, pumpkin spice don't have. I have cookie.
Can be anything you want it to be. Doesn't have to be anything in particular.
As
long as it tastes good in the end, that's all that really matters.
And I think Mike said if he was going to vape a single flavour flavouring, that would be cookie. sugar cookie, was it?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I like the sugar cookie.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. So kind of like a fall cookie, kind of interesting, I suppose. Mmm. It's got nice spices.
Tammy, my licorice. And yes, it's got anise in it, and I don't really care.
Mm. Yeah.
Jeez.
As Tammy said, I like to steep things. This I made on the 5th of the 9th, and it's still very, very nice. Did it steep long enough? Probably.
See, the only way that I get to things is if I leave them at home.
Yeah, if I was stuck in a truck and I ran out, yeah, I'd vape it. Actually, it's pretty good after about 5 or 6 days. But I tend to leave things thinking that after a month, what it tastes like is what it's going to continue to taste like.
For the most part, yeah. I'd agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because that way you know exactly what it's going to taste like. Whereas some people just vape it straight away, which means they have no idea. Or, you know.
Yeah, this cookie's good straight away. It's pretty good.
Like even if I put super sweet in something, I have to wait till the next day to know what sort of effect that is overall.
Yeah, it changes over the next day. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has to take a nap.
Yeah, it needs a nap.
It needs a nap.
Wow, they didn't turn it half bad. Like a cookie with your pumpkin spice and a little bit of eggnog in there with those spices in it as well. That's not shabby, not at all. I'll let it have a nap and see what it turns out to be like. If it changes or how it goes.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So for what I was using in that, I used Flavora's cookie at 1%, 0.6 of the Flavora eggnog, and 0.5 of the pumpkin spice by Flavora. So. Very tasty. Just off the shake, it's pretty damn tasty. But it'll be interesting to see how that steeps out.
Yeah.
Well, I've decided to use a couple flavors that I've never used before. So this should be interesting. Tammy, where do you like Flavora frosting?
Wait, well, what are you using it with?
2 Flavoras and vanilla swirl.
0.8, 0.1, 1.2, something like that.
That's
It's higher than I use it.
1%.
I'm a beginner.
What do you use it at? Mark?
About half to 0.75, but I'm pretty conservative.
Mm-hmm. No, Max, we did not air that. We did not air that. Nobody knows about that. That would have been a classic. Oh my gosh, a classic.
So I did Flavor frosting at 1%, ginger snap at 1%.
So what are you wanting it to do? Let's talk about that really quick. What are you wanting the frosting to do? What is it supposed to do?
Just as a sweetener.
So Simon's saying He uses it at 0.4 for a mild sweetener, but Simon is really low. So I don't know where you're going on the other things that you're using.
Me neither. That's half the problem.
Oh, okay, good.
You know, you just look through and you find a flavor that you haven't used for a while, or
Yeah.
and it's set right
Oh,
that you've never used. So naturally, you got to use them too, even if they don't go together.
I did a recipe like that the other day. I made the boysenberry fruit type thing with flavors I haven't used before. I'll see if I can find a recipe. It's quite nice.
Well,
Made on the 6th of the 10th.
So, Tammy, what do you think I'm going to get out of this?
you know what?
Frosting at 1%, ginger snap at 1%,
Oh,
graham cracker flavor at 2.5 because I know it's going to fade.
and that has cinnamon in it. Okay.
Yeah, and then vanilla swirl at 1 3/4, just to mix it all together.
You're gonna get
Do what?
you're gonna get something a little spicy sweet.
I like it.
Very sweet.
I like it a lot.
My mind's just been kind of fried this week with everything going on. So it's a
Yeah.
good refuge. It's a good refuge. Even if it doesn't taste good, I'll still vape it. I don't care.
I'm really upset about my Flavor West blueberry because I know I have it.
I'm going to share this thing that I made the other day that's quite nice. If I can figure out how to do it.
Yeah. Leanna, it doesn't matter about material things. Shouldn't base life on material things. They can be replaced.
Oh, absolutely.
It's your life that's more important than anything. You can't replace that. Cream cheese icing. Sure love that flavor.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
They're the same thing. The 922 Pro and the 920 are the same thing. It's just that one has an extra little thing that doesn't make a damn bit of difference. I forgot what it is. Like an extra freebie. It doesn't make any difference.
Now, Simon says that my frosting's going to stomp all over my cookies. And he's probably right.
That's the thing I
Plug
made.
and play. Plug and play, doggo. Just plug it in. Whoop.
Can you guys see that?
Like your mouse.
Yep.
That is actually pretty good. I know it's got some strange things in it, but at the time it all made sense to me. So that's really nice.
When I got married the second time, it all made sense to me too. At the time, it all made sense, you know?
It always does, Tam.
Well, it tastes nice.
You know, some of these truck stops, the TA Travel Centers of America, behind the restaurant, behind the benches where you sit, that they'll have sayings by like famous people. They're supposed to be things. I seen one the other day from Willie Nelson. It was more of a question. He said, "Do you know why divorces are so expensive?"
Okay. Was it a question? Did it have an answer?
Yeah, because they're worth it.
Okay.
There's a lifetime supply of apple filling.
Absolutely.
No. Mine's almost empty. And I had a 15 mil.
Yeah, that one's a 30 mil.
I use
Yeah,
that
okay.
mixed apple from Hang Seng. That's really good.
God, apple filling and some caramel sounds pretty good.
Which caramel would you go with?
Flavora. I love it. It's a rich, decadent caramel.
Caramel with butterscotch is delicious too.
Or you could do like an apple with a little bit of butterscotch and caramel. Oh,
No, don't.
God, that tangerine, that Flavora tangerine, I love that smell. That's nice.
Oh yeah, salty caramel from Baked Train. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I got that one. That's a good one.
Okay. I was gonna taste something that's. So where did it go?
This is going to have to steep, but it's not bad now. I think the grain is still hanging in there. Like I said, I know that's going to fade over the next couple of days.
Ooh, Fidalgo. Simon has got the right idea. You need
Right.
one of those waterproof GoPros so you can take a bath and use your camera. That is perfect.
I
He
can
could
see
do that,
Fidalgo in
though.
the tub right now with the GoPro playing Jaws. Dun, dun, dun. Gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh, I need a clean RDA.
One of those Sony's is what's it?
This tastes
SDR something. That's waterproof as well. They're really good.
I agree, Graham. Vape Train salted caramel.
Good stuff.
It
I need a
is.
clean RDA. Oh, lathered in VG, yeah.
So you guys just off the bat are being creative. I need more time.
So I wonder, does Fidalgo do a bath with 70-30 or 80-20 or just max VG?
I do 70-30 because basically every juice I ever bought was a 70-30. So I figured just fall in line, I guess.
If he took a max VG bath, though, he'd have trouble standing up because that's awful slick.
He would be slippery.
I could make a chocolate thing. I like that.
I hear him back.
I like that.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, Fidalgo, I've got an HP laptop that I got 3 years ago, and built-in camera's fine for me. It works well, and it's 3 years old. So.
Okay, and Adrian Daniels, the difference between PG and VG base Nick, hey, it's just like PG and VG, right? This is my bottle of PG. See how thin it is and it wiggles around? Right, the bottle of VG is much thicker. I don't know if you can see it on camera.
Yeah, I can.
But it's much thicker. In my opinion, I use PG, propylene glycol based nicotine. Suggest that you get. It's easier to work with. It's easier to shake to get any hot spots out of it. And that's what I got to say about that. I have used VG, but shake it like that.
Yeah, when I was using Nick, I preferred working well, especially in the early days when I was first doing with syringes and stuff like that. I preferred using the PG based Nick. It was just easier to work with before I switched over to using scales.
Right?
So,
Oh yeah, yeah. VG's hard to pull up in a syringe.
oh yeah, yeah. If you're still using syringes, you're a beginning mixer. You're gonna want PG, not VG.
You're never gonna find it, Tim. All right. So, Mark, do you have any more questions?
Marshmallows. Some people put them with fruits. Some people stick them in bakeries. Why would you put marshmallow with a fruit?
They could be using it as a sweetener.
And or a little bit of mouthfeel.
Mouthful, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, marshmallow, sweetener, and mouthfeel.
Doesn't it tend to mute things?
It does, but sometimes, like say some citruses are very sharp and have
Nectar.
that thing right. So you can throw marshmallow in there, and it'll help kind of calm that sharpness down a little bit too.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Apart from that, I'm almost fine. I'm because of my horrid chemical taste with those ones I mentioned before. Vanilla custard V1, liquid barn, ice cream, TPA, vanilla bean ice cream, and premium custard FA, horrid chemical with all of those. I've tended to leave the other ice creams alone, thinking, oh no, I don't want to go through that again. I will have to do single flavour testing, which I hate. But it's the only way to definitely make sure, and then I can give them away.
Right.
Because I've given away the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Single flavor testing is pretty monotonous. But the bottom line is, if you don't know the flavors that you're putting into your mix, if you don't know them very well, sticking them in there, and then you mix up a recipe and go, okay, why does my recipe taste like this or taste like that? Well, you're never really gonna know. Not unless you actually know those flavors. You've worked with those flavors and you have an understanding of how those flavors operate.
The first time you make something, I agree. But then when you adjust things and do another version, then you can have a better idea.
Yeah, it is important to learn the flavors. That way, you know how you have a good idea of what they taste like and everything like that. And if you're picking up on something in a mix, you can more than likely pick off the ingredient you've added to that recipe that'll kind of help you narrow down if you're having problems after you've mixed up a recipe with what's going on in it.
Yeah, I like these two chocolates together. That's Chocolate Douche by Flavora.
Yep.
Glamour Chocolate.
Yeah.
And Chocolate Mousse is nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Those three together. Bit of heaven in there.
Michael Morris, do you get pepper from the TPA ice cream? And what about Liquid Barn?
Oh, and coconut custard. One flavor.
Yeah. Sorry. What's really weird for me is I can smell the pepper off the TPA and Liquid Barn. If I smell the concentrate, I get pepper. But when I put it into a recipe, zero. I do not taste the pepper, but I can smell it off the concentrate, but I don't taste it in a recipe.
Well, Michael Morris suggested Flavor West ice cream, which I've heard is very similar in that it's sweet, just like what the Liquid Barn is. I don't have it. I haven't bought it yet. I was curious if he tastes pepper in the ones that taste pepper in, or the chemical note, then maybe he could try Flavor West. Fidago, to answer your question, yes, Frank is streaming 9 o'clock tonight. They're talking about fall flavor.
I've got vanilla bean ice cream Flavor West.
You do?
Yeah.
You get a chemical note from it?
Hold on.
I haven't tried it because of that chemical note. I had actually bought it when I figured out that it may be the vanilla that I'm getting this from. So.
Okay.
Oh, one other question. What's the difference between a vanilla ice cream and a French vanilla ice cream?
The vanilla?
No.
Now you're trying to be like me. I was just going to say
one's French and
one's French.
So what is that? One's ooh la la and the other one's not.
What's the difference?
Well,
go ahead.
Do you ever put French vanilla in your coffee? French vanilla cream?
Don't drink coffee? No.
Oh. It's hard to explain. It's just it has a different taste to it.
Okay.
But it is, the French vanilla is different from regular vanilla. And she's right. It's hard to describe what the difference between the two are.
That's like Madagascar vanilla.
Yeah, Simon says French vanilla is half between ice cream and a custard.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then.
The doggo's saying it has spices in it.
Oh.
I don't know what kind.
Mike Morris, I don't get a problem with Inuera custard. I use that. That's good. I also use the Flavora one as well.
Yeah. So another vanilla that you would probably confuse is that vanilla bourbon one, where it's not actually bourbon. It has absolutely no reference to the actual alcohol. And that is the vanilla bourbon by FA.
It's just the location.
Yeah, the location of the particular vanillin that's used in that recipe. And that's another thing that kind of throws you off. They have different types of vanillas depending on what region or what area in the world that it was made. The vanilla.
Okay, as far as the bourbons, I got TPA, Madagascar bourbon vanilla, and vanilla bourbon, the one you just mentioned, FA. So we'll try and experiment.
There you go. Yeah, that's the only way to do it is experiment with them and see what you get out of them.
The worst thing that can happen is Lloyd can get extra juices, extra concentrates. Already given him a few.
Tammy, how did your mix come out?
Well, I ended up flavor testing a mix I did last week, and it was really a remix of one I did last year, which was posh pudding, and it's really good. It's just one-on-one butter pecan and butterscotch from Flavor West, cereal 27, one-on-one cornbread, Flavor West salted caramel, Liquid Barn vanilla ice cream, and vanilla pudding from Flavora. All of that together. So it's like a pudding with cornbread and caramel and butter pecan.
Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah, cornbread, butter pecan, butterscotch pudding.
That Flora pudding stuff's yummy.
Really custard, I guess. It's more the custard.
Miss me some cornbread, I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, Mama. I can make cornbread. Yes, I can. I would say I miss Mom. I can make cornbread. I can make cornbread. I don't often, but I can make it.
I don't think I found it over here.
Oh, you just gotta buy cornmeal. Can you get cornmeal?
Sure. I think you can.
You got to have an iron skillet.
Oh, okay.
You got to have an iron skillet. You
That's
put
the only way to
iron
make it.
skillet in the oven before you put the mixture in it, because that's like the main thing. You got to put the iron skillet in, and you grease the iron skillet really good, like with
Butter.
butter or some. My mom used to use that big can of Crisco back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but not anymore. But I can't remember, butter or oil, something. And then you put it in the oven and let that like get really super hot. And then you bring it out and the iron skillet. And then you pour the cornmeal mixture. It has eggs and milk in it. And then as you pour it in, you hear it getting like, because it's browning that cornbread, the crust,
Yeah.
on the bottom. And then you put it in the oven, let it cook. And then when you take it out, you just flip it over, and then you've got that cornbread on the. I don't remember how to do it. I can't believe it. I haven't made it in a while.
It's the same way that my mom makes it.
Yeah, see?
In a iron pot. I thought she was crazy because she put that oil and stuff in the pan in the oven with nothing.
Yeah, you got to do that, or else it's not going to harden that crust.
Yeah. I said, how the hell are you making cornbread out of oil? She said, you just watch.
Yeah, you got to do that, or it won't work.
Yeah, I wasn't born or raised in the South, but my gosh, man, I love me some grits and cornbread and some southern style foods.
Oh, give me some cornbread and some black-eyed peas.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. I don't like a lot of Southern food, but that right there I do love. And some turnip greens. You hungry, Vapin truck over there?
We're killing them.
Now I gotta go home.
This is good.
Nothing like greens and cornbread. All right, so this has been Trucker Looks Hungry show.
You're whittling away over there. You're starving.
I am. Yeah, Goose Girl, don't talk about Hoppin' John. I love that too. Oh my God. Do y'all do Hoppin' John down there, Tammy, for New Year's?
If you can get it, it's amazing. I love it.
What is?
101 butter pecan.
Yes.
Don't go over 2% because then I get burnt pecans with it. But under 2%, it is like an authentic. It's nuttier than Flavor West. Flavor West, sweeter butter pecan, like sugary, like very sweet. But if you want more of the nuttier, authentic butter pecan, then go to 101. It is delicious. Love it.
Yeah, and I said it earlier, if you want more of that pecan note to come out, put 1/4 to 0.5% of that Kanako soy in it.
Oh, yeah.
It really brings out the nut.
Fadago. French vanilla is called French vanilla because the base of the ice cream contains egg yolks, while the base of regular vanilla ice cream does not. Well, there you go. That explains why it's thicker.
Yeah, when you talk about them nuts, it reminds me of Zippy and her squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
Copy that.
All right, y'all. Well, what do you say we wrap this up a little early tonight?
Yeah, I gotta head over to Frank. Well,
yeah, we know what
not
you mean.
physically, but
does John dress his own deer, or does he take it somewhere and have it done?
Well, when he actually gets one, he takes it somewhere. But sometimes he'll do it here. But he takes it to a processor to get the meat done, like sausage, cube steak, sometimes hamburger meat. We use all the meat, and he gets tenderloin, and then he uses that and makes beef jerky or whatever, deer jerky.
Venison jerky.
Huh?
Yeah, venison.
Venison jerky.
Yeah, venison jerky. There you go.
That's nice. Mike, did you want to let the folks out there know, especially whether we have some new folks in chat or some new folks watching on the replay, about the teachmediy@gmail.com?
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go. So, guys, we got Mixers Helping Mixers on the Facebook group out there. We've already mentioned the email address. So we've got a bunch of great mixers that are out there that are throwing their hat in the ring to give new mixers a hand. So everybody that's got questions and things will be able to pair you up. And as Mike said, just remember to include where you're at, what country you're in, and the time zone that you're in, so that we can best match you up with the most appropriate mixer within your time zone that would work for you. So yeah, teachmediy@gmail.com. So there's help out there for you new mixers that need some assistance. So that's what we're all here for. So we've got Tam, we've got Mike, we've got Fresh, we've got Lumi, we've got myself. I believe Aaron also said that he'd be willing to assist. We got so many great mixers. Mark Senior, I believe. Who else?
Yeah.
ID10T.
Emily.
ID10T, Emily, Simon Atherton,
Simon's out there. Yep.
Goose Girl.
Goose Girl. Yeah.
Zippy.
So any of you experienced folks that are out there, just let us know if you're willing. Let Mike know, give him a heads up, and he'll be able to give you a hand, and then we'll be able to help new folks out so that they can quickly learn and pick up things in DIY. Of course, you've got all the great shows out there like Noted and everything, and teach you a lot about flavorings and what they're like. And yeah, Wayne's out there, Fresh is out there, lots of great shows that are out there on the YouTubes. So yeah, definitely check them out.
Yeah, and anybody interested, the link for the Facebook group is in the description of the video also.
Awesome.
So, all right. Tammy, where can people find you?
Everywhere. Tam Vapes at ELR on all the flavors, and on Instagram and on YouTube. But on YouTube, Homegrown Alchemy, and on Facebook, Homegrown Alchemy. And we have a show. I don't know that we're doing one tomorrow, but definitely the next week. We do mixed chatting with the Omies that we do with Nick Evans from the UK and a lot of other great mixers. And he's in Disney World, or Walt Disney World, yeah. And for 2 weeks. So we'll have like a stand-in for him like next week. And then, but this Monday we have, I don't know what we're called, shit. On Monday nights, 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time, we're the Omets and Friends, and now we're called Mixing with Flavors, because that's what we do, is mix with flavors. And Simon and Liana and Vapin Trucker and Mark Senior comes on, and we talk about different flavors. This week, dragon fruit we're going to do, because we've been going through the alphabet. Yeah, we're going to talk about uses and the benefits of dragon fruit, and maybe do some things with that. So check us out there.
I can't wait till y'all get to E, because I want to hear all about elephant.
Oh, there's elderflower.
Elderflower.
I can come. There's another one too. I got to think about it. I can't think of the top of my head.
Where can people find you, Mark?
Well, first time here. So many groups on Facebook, Discord. Yeah, I just help where I can with what limited knowledge I have, but it's getting more and more. and I read a lot. I read a lot of posts. I tend to be a bit of a lurker. And yeah, that's it.
All right, Stevo, you're up, buddy.
Yeah, find me on ELR under Steven V as in Victor 84. I'm there. Stevo on the YouTubes. We've got Down the Rabbit Hole with Aaron. Obviously, you guys are aware of that one. And yeah, you'll find me hanging around Facebook, some Discord groups out there like DIYE Juice. There's Omets or the, is that Homegrown on Discord there, Tam, or just Omis or?
Homegrown.
You're muted. You muted, Tam.
Shit. OGA for
OGA,
Homegrown
that's it.
Alchemy.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
that's on there.
OGA,
Just
yeah.
think of Georgia. OGA for Georgia. Oh, Georgia.
And I thought that was Original Gangsters, but anyway.
Well, that too. That too.
Yeah,
but you know, you never know where you might find Trucker tomorrow night. I don't know.
That's true. You never know, do you?
Yeah, so if you guys didn't catch Fresh 03 today, Mike was on there, so that was a good episode as well. So yeah, check that out as well.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, everybody in chat, thank y'all for joining. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. Everybody on the panel, man, thank y'all for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me. It's been interesting and
Thanks for
I've learned a
letting me
lot.
jump
So
in.
thanks.
Good deal. Good. That's what it's all about. Even if we didn't learn anything, we got to hang out and have a little fun and spend a little time with some. Sometimes that's just as important.
Yeah, I've hung out with Steve and Tam before, so that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, as always, stay safe. Keep on trucking. Keep on vaping.